Welcome back to the World Model Podcast. In today's episode, we'll be discussing justice simulated, AI judges, predictive policing, and the model of law. The law is a world model. It's a set of rules intended to predict the consequences of actions and prescribe outcomes. For centuries, we've run this model on the imperfect hardware of human judges and juries. Today, we deploy a new engine, the juridical world model. This isn't about robo-judges, such as Judge Dredd, for example, but it's about building a perfect simulation of a legal case, a digital twin of the crime, the context, the statutes, and the precedent, and letting the simulation find the verdict. Here's how it works. A case is fed into the model, all evidence, witness testimonies, modeled for reliability bias, forensic data, and the entire corpus of relevant law. The model doesn't decide, it simulates outcomes. It runs tens of thousands of variations of the case, testing different interpretations of motive, evidence weight, and legal principle. The verdict isn't a single judgment, it's a probability distribution. 70% chance of guilt beyond reasonable doubt under this precedent, 30% chance of insufficient evidence. This is predictive policing's final evolution. Predictive jurisprudence. It moves beyond flawed human proxies for risk, which leads to bias, and instead models the causal chain of crimes itself. The model can answer, given this urban layout, this economic stressor, and this policing policy, what is the probable crime hotspot next month? It doesn't profile people, it profiles situations. But this is the ultimate black box. A defendant has a right to confront the accuser. How do you cross-examine a neural network? The defense will need teams of AI forensic experts to audit the model's latent space for hidden biases buried in its training on centuries of often unjust legal history. Justice becomes a battle of rival world models. My controversial take is this. The deployment of juridical world models will not create a fairer system. It will crystallize and codify the biases of the past with the authority of perfect logic. It will replace judicial discretion with algorithmic determinism, trading human mercy for silicon consistency. The first major constitutional crisis of the 21st century will be over due process versus predictive process. The right to a trial by a jury of your peers versus a trial by the most accurate simulation of your peers ever built. This has been the World Model Podcast. We don't just interpret the law, we simulate its very foundation. Subscribe now.